Good morning, Professor Dr. Mas Hadi Said, MPD, ladies and gentlemen, my fellow students. My name is Rofinus Hewat Sabato. I am an English Magister student of Indraprasta University, Jakarta. Today, I would like to give a presentation about building speaking confidence. Before I begin my presentation, I would like to start with a famous quote by Nelson Mandela. He once said, I never lose, I either win or learn. This quote reminds us that mistakes are not failures, but valuable learning experiences. Unfortunately, in learning English as a foreign language, many students see mistakes as something to be afraid of. They worry about being judged, corrected, or embarrassed. This fear often prevents them from speaking confidently. Therefore, today I would like to give a presentation how EFL learners can build speaking confidence by overcoming the fear of making mistakes, which is the focus of my presentation. English is an international language that plays an important role in education, career, and global communication. However, many EFL learners find speaking English to be the most difficult skill. Even though they understand grammar and vocabulary, they often hesitate to speak. One of the main reasons is the fear of making mistakes. Therefore, in this presentation, I will explain the cause of this fear, its impact, and some strategies to overcome it. And this is the outline of my presentation. Number one is title of the presentation. Number two, introduction. Number three, understanding the fear of mistakes. Number four, how fear hinders speaking skill. Number five, the value of making mistakes. Number six, strategies for confidence. Number seven, teacher foster a supportive atmosphere. Number eight, practical activities. And number nine, conclusion. Now we go to the first one, understanding the fear of mistakes in English foreign language. Many learners face a psychological barrier rooted in the fear of making mistakes. Fear of making mistakes is a common problem among English foreign language learners. This fear comes from negative thoughts, such as being afraid of being judged, being left, or criticized by others. Some learners also have low self confidence or past experiences where their mistakes were corrected harshly, and as a result, they believe that speaking incorrectly means failing, which actually is not true. How fear hinders speaking skills. Fear leads to avoidance of speaking activity, causing learners to remain silent. Making mistakes is actually a very important part of language learning. Through mistakes, learners can recognize their weaknesses and learn from the mistakes, help improve pronunciation, grammar, and vocabulary usage. Even native speakers make mistakes when they speak. Therefore, mistakes should be seen as a sign of learning, not failure. The next slide is the value of making mistakes. We know that mistakes are essential for growth, actually. They help learners identify knowledge gaps, improve skills, and gain valuable experience in communication. Embracing errors fosters confidence, making the learning process more effective. The impact of fear actually on speaking skills can lead to a serious problem on students' speaking skills. Many students choose to stay silent during class discussions. They avoid answering questions of or expressing their opinions. Because of this, they lose valuable opportunities to practice speaking over time. Their fluency doesn't improve and their confidence become even lower. Here is a slide about strategies for confidence. Practical approaches to overcome fear. The first one focus on communication. Prioritize expressing thoughts and ideas rather than achieving perfection. This mindset shift allows learners, students to engage more in speaking, in learning English as foreign language without the fear of making mistakes. And the second strategy is regular practice. Encourage speaking English daily, even if it's just brief interactions. Consistently practice builds familiarity and reduces anxiety, ultimately improving fluency and confidence. And the last strategy, start small. We can begin with a simple sentences, simple expressions, and gradually increase complexity. This approach helps learners feel successful and builds their confidence to tackle more challenging conversation over time. Then, one of the aspects of on this slide come from the teachers because teachers foster a supportive atmosphere. A supportive, non-judgmental learning environment. Teachers also play an important role in building student speaking confidence. A supportive and non-judgmental classroom environment helps students feel safe to speak. They won't feel shy. Teachers should encourage participation, encourage students, and give constructive feedback. When students feel respected in a class, in an activity, and supported, they are more willing to express themselves in English. So it's really significant role for teacher. And the next one, practical activities. There are many practical activities we know that can help students improve their speaking confidence. Here I give three practical activities. Pair discussions, the first one. The second one, role plays, and short presentations. These include pair and group discussions, role plays, short presentation, and speaking games. Recording and listening to one's own voice can also be helpful. These activities reduce anxiety and provide more opportunities for speaking practice. As my conclusion that fear of making mistakes is one of the main challenges faced by English foreign language learner in speaking English. However, mistakes are a natural and necessary part of the learning process. Speaking confidence can be built through a positive mindset, practice, and supportive learning environment. By accepting mistakes, English foreign learners can become more confident and effective English speakers. That's it, my presentation. Thank you for your attention.